everybody, and welcome back to the stream. I'm LB Hackemup, and we're back on this lovely Sunday evening with another Heroes in Training, our weekly masks game where I get my friends to question their choices in life and their morals. Their characters' morals, not their real morals. I'm sure those are pretty solid. I am joined as always with my my dear friends. We're going to go around and have everybody introduce themselves and who you are playing, starting as always, of course, with Savannah.
That's me. Hi, I'm Savvy. I'm at Savvy Seaworth on the internets, mostly on Twitter, where you can find my streaming schedule pinned to the top of my page. When I'm not here on Sunday nights, I am on twitch.tv/game nights, either playing in games or running them. Tonight, I am going to be playing Sophia Manea, a hero named Nemia, and she is the bull.
Thank you very much. Of course, next up is Rachel.
Hey, that's me. I'm Rachel Elizabeth. You can find me here on Twitch at Rachel Elizabeth. I'm here on Sundays and I'm on game nights with Savvy on Mondays. This is my trusty sidekick Domino. Tonight I am playing Jupiter, the outsider. We don't know what she's playing yet. Probably something evil.
And next up is Tanya.
Oh, hey, I'm Tanya at Tanya Rowland on internet places where I'm basically a ghost, or on, Instagram, The Abominable Pugs, where you can look at pugs, and there will be one or two that make an appearance tonight. And I apologize now for the barking because they're having a war with the cat. But tonight I am Nancy, aka the Devereaux, the Doomed.
All right. And last but not least is our dear friend Alex.
Hello, I'm Alex, OMG It's Some Guy on the internets, mostly over on GGK Tuesdays, Thursdays, sometimes Saturdays and Sundays. And for this game here, I am Billy Burns, aka Rune the Nova.
And I'm LB Hackmup. I'm going to be your game mistress for the evening. We are going to get back into things but first, before we do that, we are going to get a recap in. Go ahead and take it away, Miss Rachel.
Dear Diary. So we were ambushed, and not by the band of bad guys, but by some of our classmates, led by Tony. Diary, Jackie's a narc. They wanted to know what we'd been doing on the side, and they wanted in. After a sidebar, we decided to tell them bits and pieces, but not the whole story. We explained that when Sophia had been on a mission for her mom, because everybody knew she had been missing, that she'd been kidnapped, and then we went to Russia to get her, and then thalassophobia had helped. Since then, we've been doing side missions under their direction, which was believable because Danny was with the interventioners and had been there when thalassophobia showed up to take Firewall off our hands, and trying to do recon on the band of bad guys. We told them that when the time came to actually do something, we'd involve them and Danny was still able to track us. TBD if we're actually going to do that or not, but it's nice to have some backup waiting in the wings if we need it. Jackie seemed a little ashamed of herself for spilling the beans to everyone but Nancy. But Nancy was pretty forgiving because she knew that she was just doing it because she was worried about her. Nancy let her know that we were leaving again, but she let her know if we needed help, and they said their goodbyes. Then Sophia ran after Tony since he bolted right after we got done explaining, but she wasn't going to let him get away that easily. She made sure he knew that if he ever wanted to talk to her about something again, that he talk to just her before involving half our class. He was apparently glad she didn't murder him and quickly drew her a panic button that would alert him if she was in trouble. She gave him a kiss goodbye. They're adorable. Billy pulled Amanda aside. He expressed to her that he was worried about having to lose control of his magic in order to get us out of there if we have to. Amanda reminded him that regardless of their moral status, the band of bad guys are still people, and shooting them off into space might not be the best solution. Leave it to Amanda to be incredibly level-headed and remind Billy to use his head, not to just react, even when he told her that step one of joining the band of bad guys is them removing your powers temporarily. Honestly, we've all been kind of waiting for Billy to lose control. He's so calm all the time. So it might not be the worst thing if he just lets go a little, but that's easy for me to say because I could totally survive the vacuum of space. I pulled Danny aside because he was still hanging around. I just wanted to let him know that we were probably leaving again, or that we were leaving again that night, since Nancy was probably telling Jackie and that Billy was probably telling Amanda that, and Sophia was probably telling Tony that, but it took a weird turn for a second because he thought that I was pulling him aside to tell him that because I liked him like that. And Danny's cute, but he's totally not why I was doing that. But I can see now why he thought that way. But okay, I'm spiraling. Anyway, so after that weirdness was over, we established that we're just friends. And he and I set up a plan with my teleporter to let me know the GPS coordinates of where we were and that he could, when he could tell. And also a stoplight style color system for things are good and things are getting weird, maybe round up the troops, or JK, we're going to die. Please send help immediately. Billy had the idea to magically partition off and hide some of our powers. Freaking genius. Sophia's powers were more overt and well known. So we hid Nancy's ability to have dark visions and my psychic weapons. Hopefully we won't need those while we're not at full strength, but you never know, and it's just kind of a bit of a security blanket. Okay, so with all of that out of the way, we gathered our stuff and back up in the woods for our pickup. Nancy bled into the chalice, and apparently Terror did not like the way her blood tasted, but transported us anyway. We popped into that strange white featureless room that Billy told us about when Terror informed us that the first step was taking away our powers temporarily. We tried to find a way around it, but came up short and eventually followed her down the hallway. Through the doors, we found a weird dude named Jared and a funky machine that would apparently sever our powers from us until they deemed we could have them back. Jared told me that my bones were wrong and offered to fix them for me. I declined. I went through first and it wasn't painful, just felt weird and I was a bit drained, but otherwise okay. Nancy came through next and removing her powers felt like it was an absolute relief. Billy came through next, a little tired, but otherwise unscathed. Last was Sophia and she seemed even more exhausted than me. The smoker was waiting for us on the other side of the doors and we squashed our beef for the time being and she gave us a short tour of the place. I tried to be nice to her, but that didn't go well. Liana eventually showed us to where our room was and we crashed for the night. None of us think it's safe to really speak openly here, so we're kind of just biding our time. The next day, we went down for breakfast and saw Lily sitting at a table feeding eggs to her snake. We grabbed some food and went to talk to her. She gave us a bit more of a rundown on how things work, but we're still honestly trying to figure out the hell the deal is here. After breakfast, we were escorted to a meeting with the last laugh. It went weirder than expected. I think because they'd been courting us for recruitment, we all kind of thought that we were going to get there and they were just going to be like, okay, welcome to the band of bad guys. Here's our mission statement and our plans to take over the world. Here's where you fit in. But it was just kind of like, hey, you're free, so do whatever you want and let us know if you want any help with whatever you want to accomplish. Apparently, we just do specialized training to help us get stronger and like do whatever we want. Also, he did react really strangely when Nancy mentioned Ed McMahon, so we're gonna have to revisit that when we get our powers back. So obviously, I'm having trouble figuring out the vibe of this place, so I guess I'm just gonna go to silent assassin mode and observe. I'm sure leaning back into that training won't have any serious repercussions to what moral compass I've gained on Earth going forward. I don't know, the do whatever you want vibe of this place is really messing with me. But here's the thing. I'm not really sure how we figure out how to stop them if they aren't all working towards one similar goal. Like, how do we put a stop to a group of villains if the only thing the world is stopping is an ideal? And is wanting freedom from the rules really that bad?
Thank you so much for that recap. Sorry, I was just typing in chat how much I enjoy Tanya and her ability to forget everything, and then when she is reminded, she gets excited about it again, and I just really love that. It's like we get to relive it twice.
I like see her out of the corner of my eye and I try not to react every time I'm reading it. I can see her like,
oh yeah.
yeah.
So much happens in my brain between.
Oh, I
every
get
week that
it.
totally
I
forget.
get it.
It's
I just
so
the
funny.
genuine excitement you get from it makes
I
me
know.
so
I
happy.
love it.
Okay. All right. So you guys are moving through this facility. Is there anything that you want to accomplish while you're here for the beginning of the afternoon? You have time to do as you like. Is there anything you guys want to do first?
I know Sophia and Jupiter talked about checking out the like training facility a little, more than just like the rush past it at 3 a.m. or whatever, when they were like, this is where you beat people up if you want to.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys make your way. It is on the second floor. Well, you guys came in at the bottom floor, which is not like, it's like the bottom floor. It's all underground, so it's the middle floor. You're in the middle floor. And you guys kind of walk down to the end of the hallway and see this big, sort of very similar to the training space that you've had in the past, but or at the school, but it's a big open, not quite as big of a room, but there's no panel on the side. There are just sort of written instructions as to what to write on the wall. Billy, are you going with them?
Yeah, I think we'd said it was unwise for us to split up, especially while we are powerless.
Yeah.
So training in area first, but then I think later checking out other places.
Okay. Yeah.
That's-
So
I was
Go
gonna say that's my plan too, because if we are doing actual recon, training room to see what they actually learn there,
Mhm.
and then like as much as we can look around. That's sorry, Ted's growling. That's
It's
not
alright.
like too suspicious.
Mhm.
But anyways,
Yeah. So Billy, you can see there are runes on the walls, sort of interconnecting everything. And the instructions are very simple. They're just like they say use this to write, to scratch in this area and think about what you want in this room, basically. So instead of it being computerized, it's fueled by magic, and a very simple magic so that anyone can use it.
This I wonder if Last Laugh did this because he said he's magical as well. But, yeah, curious to see how powerful it is because they've dumbed it down enough for anyone to do it. But I don't know if we'll get much out of it without having our own powers. Is
What
there
kind
anyone using the training area
of...
currently?
No, currently there is not. It's pretty quiet in here in general.
If there's anything in the training room that has like buttons that are pushable, Nancy's gonna want to look at them.
There aren't really any buttons, but there are some panels that you can like shift to the side a little bit. Like, you don't know what they do, but like you just kind of can go back and forth with them. It seems a little rickety.
Okay. Yeah, Nancy's like just getting more and more weird as time goes on and like just has to touch everything like more out of curiosity than actually investigating. But yeah, just like dicking around basically.
All right, what do you guys want to do in this training area? What kind of training do you want? Like what do you want the facility to look like, basically?
We don't really have powers, so there's not really much we can accomplish. Minus like if we just wanted to do some like light hand-to-hand stuff just to do something because we don't really know what we're supposed to be doing
Sure.
until we get our powers back.
Yeah. So you go up to the panel, sketch in what the symbol, and think about what you want. The room sort of shifts and shimmers. The door shuts for a moment, and then when it opens, like you're in there, it shuts behind you. When it opens again, inside is sort of like a boxing MMA sort of style ring. There are pads inside with like gloves or like the knuckle covers that you would use, hand wraps, helmets, mouth guards, like all that sort of stuff. And Billy, your connection to magic has been severed, but you can feel like this feels very powerful.
Okay, this is pretty juicy magic.
Juicy. What a good description.
Yeah, I
I
like
mean,
it.
they've simplified it, but this is, I mean, just look at this detail. And like Billy's gonna go over and like take some of the like the hand wrap and just start like try and tear it and see if it stays torn or if it like dissolves into a puff of magic once it's been destroyed.
Seems like it's real.
Has the door reopened or is it still closed?
Yeah. Well, it opened back up once everything sort of solidified.
Gonna take the little scrap out and just like toss it out the door.
It lands on the floor, and you see a wait, hold on, let me you see a 6'8" large being sort of walking by this room. They have clawed hands and a lion's head, blue streaks coming down their face, and you toss it out there, and you see this lion man sort of like look down at it, look at you. He snarls a little bit and keeps walking down the hallway.
I'm just testing the room's capabilities.
His
Yeah, you
tail
tell him, Billy.
swishes behind him.
Hey,
Okay.
Sophia, are you like still fast and like punch stuff real hard still, or
I mean, I still know how to fight.
can you run as fast as before?
I doubt it.
You want to race?
Okay.
I'm not
Nancy
gonna
just
make.
starts running because she knows she's slow.
She cheats.
Yeah.
In her defense, Sophia is still in great shape.
Yeah,
I know.
She works out constantly.
Yeah, you've got a
100%
little bit.
baby.
You got a little bit of that, like you used to be really strong, and you're like adjusting to that sort of
Mhm.
fatigue. But you guys can decide who wins this race. It's not. I'm not gonna make you roll for anything.
Sophia 1,000,000% still beats Nancy, and Nancy knows that. She just wanted to add some levity to this horrible situation and scary deal that they're in.
I run 5 miles every day, Nancy.
Yeah, I've probably run 5 miles in like the last year or so, so no big deal. But
That was pretty good considering.
well, thanks.
Nancy, you do feel great. Like you've had to train and go for runs and stuff, but like you actually hit a little bit of that runner's high, and you're like, whew, like
Yeah,
I can run for hours.
An adrenaline spike.
yeah. So Nancy's like, you guys, I'm sorry. Like, I'm really hyper. They took my powers away, and I think this is how most people feel all the time. I just feel so amazing right now. And then Nancy just continues to like poke at stuff, bounce off the wall, like a kid with like really bad ADD, kind of. Then you're not used to seeing her so animated, I guess.
All right.
You're gonna like
you-
pick up the Muay Thai pads and see if like
Mhm.
Sophia wants to like do that for a little while, just to like do some technique and not necessarily like hard hitting, type things, because they're both probably still exhausted. It's only been like not even 12 hours really since their
Yeah.
powers
Mhm.
were taken away.
Mm-hmm. You guys do a little bit of training. It feels weird. It feels like your everything's a little bit heavier for both of you. Jupiter, you can't like move as quickly because I assume, because as I would, Jupiter, like when you kind of move to side, you use a little bit of your flight to sort of use that momentum. But now you're just like, you feel like you can't even like jump as far. It's all just like a weird learning curve when you've been like training for, years in some of your cases. But yeah, the training goes well. The room after a while starts, you see it, everything shifts a little bit, and shimmers away. It's about like a half an hour timer on it, sort of thing. But yeah, the room fades back into the way it was before. The runes that had been etched are now gone, and the doors open to the hallway again, and you hear outside a sort of a gruff voice and like a thud, and the gruff voice says, "Thought I told you to keep your little plants out of my shit." And there's like a small whimper, um, and you hear a slam again, and the voice says, "Don't let it fucking happen again."
Is this right outside the room?
Yeah, it's down the hallway. Yeah.
Nancy like kind of runs over and pokes her head out to see who or what's saying that to who.
Yeah, you see that large lion guy again. You saw it. You guys all probably saw him walk by. And he has his hand around the throat of a lot smaller person. They have glasses, short hair, a button-up T-shirt, and you see that there are sort of plants like growing out of their skin. And on the wall behind them, now that they are pushed up against it, the lion man, which you guys would know as Aqua Lion, was in your school. He was in your class last year but left. He's just kind of shoved him up against the wall, and he gives a growl, like bites next to his head, and that sort of like shoves him a little bit and walks back down the hallway away from you guys.
Does
I
he
would
see
take the
that?
villain thing too seriously.
Yeah, what a jackass.
Maybe the plant person's a dick too. I don't know.
Like, is this a place where we check to see if people are okay?
I don't think so. I mean, it's freedom. So yeah,
Yes.
but not in a good guy sort of way, maybe. I want to go talk to that plant person. I'm doing it. Nancy
Okay.
kind of runs out.
All right, I guess we're going.
Yeah, you guys walk down the hallway and you see this person sort of like fixing their shirt, and they kind of look at the wall and try and get the plants to stop growing on the wall. And they sort of are just a little shaken by what has just happened.
Do we recognize him at all?
No.
Like, hey, you cool?
Yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. He's just, he's a dick.
He
It seemed
kinda-
unnecessarily aggressive.
I just sometimes I can't help but grow my, I can't control it when I'm nervous. Sometimes when I have a nightmare.
I understand. One of my powers is like that too. Sometimes I can't completely control it.
Yeah, he's just, his room is just next to mine, so I can't. Sometimes I grow in there and I just try really hard not to make that happen.
Who
maybe,
doesn't like plants?
yeah, make him maybe flowers. Maybe he secretly likes flowers.
Well, I don't think so. He really just likes water.
Oh,
I mean, that's his whole thing.
what does he do with water?
He can, like, control it and stuff.
Oh,
That's his whole thing. Did you not know, Scott? Wait, you guys are new here, right?
yeah, we just got here last night.
Oh, cool. Are you, like gonna stay for a while, or you guys got plans?
I don't think
Still
we have.
figuring it out.
Yeah, we don't have any plans at the moment.
Oh, okay. Well, if you need anything, just let me know. I guess I can help.
How long have you been here?
Like 6 months or so.
Oh wow, are you learning a bunch of stuff? Do they do classes here? Like, what happens?
Well, not like classes like school, but I've been like cultivating my powers and making them grow, and I've gotten pretty powerful at this point.
That's pretty cool.
Mhm.
So, like, the whole goal here is ultimate freedom.
Yeah.
So you came here for freedom. Freedom from
Yeah.
what?
Oh, I just want to like eliminate a lot of life so that I can have my plants live.
Oh, plants are cool.
Yeah. And like people suck. They kill plants all the time. Like, so I just want to like have an area like the size of Australia for just me and my plants, No
You want-
people.
Not one other person
No.
or two or three? No. Well, good for you. Just keep us out of it if you can. We won't
Yeah,
get
I
in
mean,
your
if
way.
you guys are in the band, then I can't hurt you without like getting kicked out
Mm.
or
Why
killed.
hasn't Aqualine been kicked out yet?
Oh, well, he's kind of a teacher's pet, which is kind of ironic, given that he's a actual pet. But he can kind of. I mean, there's a limit. He never really likes He never like goes beyond breaking bones.
Mm. And so that's the line, breaking bones.
Yeah, kinda. Unless it's an accident. Those happen.
Mm.
With
yeah.
who's he buddy with? Why does he get away with more than everybody else?
Just like the people who are like higher up in the group, the more powerful people.
So he's like their brute force.
Yeah, basically.
I guess the people in power always need henchmen.
Yeah, it is helpful. I mean, I could just use my plants. They're my henchmen. They're hench
Some people
plants.
are powerful enough to not need them.
Right, exactly. Okay, well, it's good to see you guys and meet you, and I'm gonna go.
I'm Jupiter.
Oh,
'Cause we didn't
Jupiter.
introduce ourselves.
Sorry, yes, Jupiter. You can
Nancy.
Nancy.
Billy.
Billy.
Sophia.
Sophia. You can call me the Fantastical Park.
Fantastical Park.
Or just park.
I dig it. Well, catch you later, Park.
All right. Have a good one, guys.
You too.
They shuffle off.
That seemed like a normal conversation up until the kill everyone bit.
Yeah, that I can understand why you joined the band of bad guys if that's your
And
goal.
I guess, I mean, in their defense, they don't want to kill everyone.
Yeah,
You know, just the smallest continent.
I bet he could go to Australia and take at least half of it. No one would know.
It seems
To
like
be
kind of.
fair.
Does it seem like kind of bullshit to you guys that an organization whose whole thing is like, freedom, yeah, we're all like helping each other out, that like the higher ups would have teachers' pets?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
still feel like there's got to be some sort of like goal
Yeah,
that we're missing that's like underlying all of the,
I'm sure it's probably, let's assume for the moment that Last Laugh is being totally truthful and like it's just all about freedom. There are going to be people taking advantage of that system and abusing the freedoms within the structures here. And they're the ones who are probably the really dangerous ones.
yeah.
I mean, still, if the goal is freedom, why are they still taking people against their will?
Because those people who have goals need those powers.
Yeah, I mean, they don't want freedom for everybody,
That's true.
just for them.
Just seems a little counterintuitive.
Money and power. The freedom to get you money and power.
Yeah, I don't know if it's counterintuitive so much as it is selfish and shitty.
It's like, did they even give the people that they took unwillingly a chance to join? I don't know.
Doubtful.
So
Yeah, this place, honestly, like,
it's tripping me out.
Nancy looks around to see if anybody's around. Like, isn't it like nearly as cool as I thought it would be? Honestly, it just
Feels
seems,
a little. I expected more of like an evil layer.
yeah. Instead, it's just a bunch of dicks.
Plans on the wall for world domination,
Yeah.
not high school bullies. Like, what? What? And
Yeah,
teachers'
no.
pets? Like, this guy's just walking around shoving kids into lockers, basically. At this
Yeah.
point,
That's not
seems
fun.
so weird.
I thought they'd at least be having a good time instead of just being dicks. But
I hope he walks up behind me when I'm talking shit. I kind of want to see what happens.
I won't tell you if that happens. So you can,
Perfect.
yeah. Well, okay. So have we been on the? So if there are 3 levels in this. So we were on -3 and -2. Have we been on like -1?
Yeah, the dorms are on -1.
Okay.
I like it.
On the
So-
most top layer.
Yeah, that'd be -1. Oh, so like -2 and 3. Like where did we came on a -3? So I guess I kind of want to circle around this level to see if there's anything
Mhm.
else because we had cafeteria.
Library.
Just
Yeah.
wander a little.
Yeah, I want to find specifically more like if they have a security room of some kind.
Okay. I feel like maybe I don't know if I said this or I feel like I did when Billy, because I think Billy would have seen this. It's on the 3rd level
Okay.
when Billy was doing his loop.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Mhm.
So yeah, we can explore this more then.
Yeah. Jupiter, you feel a buzz on your wristlet.
She'll check it.
It is a message from Danny. It's a little like jumbled. As it comes through, some of the letters don't really get through. But you can parse from it. It says, "Finally connected. Can't location. Still working."
She'll try to send back a green
Okay.
as nonchalantly as possible.
You see a check mark come up, like it probably sent.
Scene. Thanks for having red receipts on, Danny.
Yeah. All right. You guys start exploring this level. There's a library that is bigger on the inside. There's a very when you guys kind of start exploring it. For those of you who are more interested in books, there's quite a selection in here, more than kind of looks like it. But Billy, there is an extensive magical library here. You have heard of a lot of these books, and some of them are even ones that the Silver Shepherd has mentioned that you cannot use. They're more like not forbidden texts, but like highly advanced texts. And there is on this level also like a computer lab situation where you could like go online and do as you like. There's a den, I guess I would call it. Like a lounge area. There's an area where there's a bunch of couches, like a common room, where you can like sit. There's a TV that is playing. You can change the channel, but when you turn it on, like at a hotel, they have sort of a pre-programmed thing, and it's sort of all of the best Band of Bad Guy stuff that's been going on, like the highlights of the things that their members have been doing. And if you go like down one more channel, there's a sort of a member of the week situation where it's highlighting one of the members and the deeds that they have done up to this point. And then there's the cafeteria. There is the training room on this floor, and that's pretty much it. There's a couple other like smaller rooms if you want like a quiet area to sit in or that sort of stuff, but that's about it on this floor.
So no doors explicitly marked, do not enter.
No, not on this floor for sure.
I want to find a door that's like, don't go in here.
I know.
Dangerous. I'm locked.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anywhere that we've passed that like might look like that to us?
The basement's really the only. I say the basement. Level -3 is the only one that had labels on their doors. As you guys were walking, you didn't really see anything like that. But if there's gonna be something, it's probably gonna be down there.
Billy, did you see anything down on -3? I want to go look down there.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we've got pre-run of the place. We can just wander until somebody tells us, oh, hey, we know you're new. But I feel like if we're going to get away with wandering openly, it's probably today. We just like, sorry, got lost.
Yeah, we just have to make sure we don't run into Jared again.
Oh, the bone taker? Yeah.
It's
Oh,
fine. I'll
okay.
just distract him with my wrong bones.
There you go.
I have too many and they're in the wrong order.
At some point, I do want to go back to the library, not for the magic stuff, though that is at some point, yes, the magic books. But I'm curious what they have in like a philosophy section, if they even like entertain, non-villainous philosophies is potentially valid, or
Lots
if they
of
are
anarchy stuff, probably.
possibly, but like if they're about freedom, why would they, are they giving people here access to everything, or are they limiting the selection available?
Good question.
I'll have to look through those. That's a good
Yeah.
idea. Wander first and then
Yeah.
settle on the library.
Sold.
All right, you guys start making your way downstairs, and you get to that very the short ceilings, the neon lights, not neon lights, fluorescent lights. It's a little bit harsher down here. Just this is kind of Billy, and you all know that this is where you start out. So they want to make an impression. What that impression is, you're not sure. Maybe you have an idea. But you start walking down the halls. You find some doors that are labeled like maintenance and classroom A, classroom B. And there's, as you guys go a little bit further, you hear the sound of skipping coming down the hallway.
Oh no, it's probably her.
Yeah, that creepy thing.
She's still a little girl.
Well, that doesn't make her not creepy.
But she's not a thing. She's a person.
Technically, we're all things.
Yeah. Billy, you're a silly little thing sometimes.
Thanks.
Like Nancy just kind of like freezes listening for the skipping and if it's getting closer or not.
If you guys want to, you can duck in a room and avoid this character. If not, she is coming your way and we'll probably see you and want to talk to you. I do what you want. I'm just saying that you don't have to talk to this person if you don't
I'm
want
trying to figure out if Billy would, if he wants to avoid her or not.
Yeah.
Go let Billy take the lead on this on this one.
Yep. I also need to go back and find in my notes where the what this character's name is. So I'm sure Albie will tell us soon.
Jump skip.
Jump skip, yes. For a second, I thought you were saying like we were skipping to a scene, but yes. Okay. Yeah.
Star wipe.
Yeah.
Next scene.
Okay. She's gonna be a little intense and probably gonna ask what I'm doing back here, but should be mostly harmless, though we might also get lost with her down here.
The perfect excuse to get lost down here.
The skipping gets closer, and turning the corner is a little girl in a very pretty, like, poofy little dress. It's like got suspenders on it, and it's got the cute little buttons at the top. Her hair is curled like pin curls. She has like frills at the end of her wrists, and very like baby doll shoes on with the fluffy socks. And she kind of like turns and like sees you all standing there, and then she looks at Billy and she just goes, "Billy, you're back!"
Hi, jump skip. Yes, yeah, I'm back, and I have friends with me this time.
I'm so glad you came back. You left so quickly.
Yeah, I did. I mean, Jared was really scary last time.
Jared's not scary.
He's a little scary. He told my friend here that her bones are wrong.
Did he take any?
Oh no.
Oh, have you seen him do it?
No, but I've heard it's very cool.
It's so cool. Do you guys want to walk around with me?
Sure. Yeah.
Yep.
We were just figuring things out. I was trying to figure out what this floor is like without you using your power on me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I tricked you.
I mean, you were just doing your job, right?
Mm-hmm. I did a very good job. I got lots of treats that night.
What kind of treats?
Candy,
Oh,
cake, ice cream.
What's your favorite ice cream flavor?
I like the one that's like rainbow colored and it tastes like sherbet.
okay.
Oh, rainbow sherbet.
Yeah.
I like to put rainbow sprinkles on everything.
Rainbow sprinkles are so good. I like the chocolate syrup that like gets really hard and you can like hit it and smash it.
Magic shell. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have time to give us a little tour and tell us about this floor without using your powers?
I can try, but it kind of just happens sometimes.
That's okay. We've got nothing but time.
Okay. What do you want to see?
Well, you were using your powers last time, so Billy couldn't really tell us much about this floor, just that there were some rooms and stuff. So we don't really know about anything about it.
Okay. All right, follow me. And she starts skipping down the corridor. She starts speaking very quickly, and explaining like, oh, this was the room that they do the math in. It's not very fun for me. And then this is the room where I scraped my knee once. It wasn't very fun, but I didn't cry. Like she's telling you anecdotes about the things that she has done in these rooms, not necessarily what they are used for. But you do pass the maintenance room, or not the maintenance room, the security room, that has sort of one of those panels, a window panel, like on the side. And you can, look inside and see a bunch of banks of computers. And she says, and that's where they keep all the cameras that kind of look around all the places, but they don't have them in your rooms or the bathrooms because that would be gross. And yeah, I mean, there's a magic guy that lives in there. He like lives in the TVs and stuff. He doesn't like watch all of them all at once. I tried to talk to him about it, but he said it was really complicated and that it was kind of like what I do, where he could like kind of move between things and then move back in between things. It was really cool.
Do they
yeah.
listen in our rooms?
I don't think so. I think it's just pictures.
Okay.
Why, do you have secrets?
No, I was just curious.
No, just
Aw.
if we wanted to play our music really loud, we wouldn't want to disturb him.
Or if I make fun of
No.
someone, I don't want them to hear it.
Oh.
You know.
Is it about the plant kid?
No. Do you not like the plant kid?
They're boring.
Oh. Well, most people are.
Yeah. Well, I'm bored. She just leaves.
Cool. Billy, what's her power again?
You can like distort the space, and so like we would have gone past the same room like a dozen times and felt like we were going different
that's right.
places.
That sucks. She didn't do that to us, you think, right?
We probably would have noticed, but
Okay.
I mean, we can go back the way we came and see if it's the same.
Do we get the feel that we've kind of been around most of the places down there?
Yeah, it did feel a little bit bigger than you thought it might be. There might have been some distortion, and maybe her accuracy in describing each room was not ideal. She does have the attention span of a child, but yeah, you feel like you've pretty much seen everything down here. It's a lot of
I
boring
think-
stuff on this floor.
Well, I think maybe we'll just go back to the library, hang out there for a while.
Mhm.
Because we're just waiting around for them to give us our powers back, right? And tell-
Essentially.
Basically,
Mhm.
and then tell us anything else. Or I don't know what their next step is after this.
Guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
I think we need to figure out what their special training is. Like, obviously, they've got a very advanced training simulation room, but you know,
Yeah.
who is doing the teaching and the training, or does the magic itself take care of that?
Yeah, I want to know that too. Well, I want to go to the library and I want to watch that highlight reel, see if we notice anything on there.
Okay. You guys start making your way back upstairs, enter the library, and as you do, Nancy, you kind of reel for a second, as if you got really dizzy all of a sudden. You start to sort of catch yourself on a chair or a bookshelf next to you. Your vision kind of like blinks in and out. And you feel your mind being pulled away from your body. This feels like a dark vision, but because it's not connected to the rest of your curse, it is more intense and painful, because it's not a part of you. It is just tearing your mind away. As you kind of fly through this space, you get visions overlapping your own. So if you close your eyes, you can see it better, but it's like another layer on top of what you're
Yeah.
already seeing. You being pulled away and away and away until you sort of land on this room that is covered in old books and scrolls, and there's a large desk. And in front of this desk is a person standing. You can see a cape over their shoulders. Their hair is slicked back and white. And you see on the table next to them, facing you very clearly, is the mask that was on Last Laugh. And as you are seeing this vision, the edges of your sight are like curled in black. And you see in front of this man on the table are 4 jars, and you recognize what's inside of them as the essence of your powers. that you had given when you got here. And as you are looking at them, you see the last laugh sort of pick one up. He looks at it and swirls it around. And with his other hand, he sort of pulls at it. And as he pulls at it, it duplicates like a cell and pulls apart. And you see two of these glowing balls. And he takes the one that he has created and he sort of moves it into himself. And you see the color flash off behind him as the light of the lights up the room for a moment, giving him his silhouetted form, and he places the jar back on the table, seemingly exactly as it was before. And then he moves on to the next jar. And as he starts again to pull this power and make another copy of it, your vision reels again, and you feel yourself being whooshed back into your own body. And as you return to your own vision and your own sight, you feel compelled to expel the contents of your stomach.
When I saw the last laugh's face, did I see his?
You did not see his face.
I just
you saw him
his
from
gray stuff
behind.
back here.
Yeah.
So Nancy, just like, oh, like out of nowhere, bends over and just pukes. Oh my God, you
Oh.
guys.
Is there anybody else in the library at this point?
No, it's pretty quiet.
Are you okay?
I need to go to my room. Let's go back to the dorm, you guys. I don't feel very good.
Yeah, I'll say.
Yeah, can we go back so I can go lay down?
Yeah.
Do you want me to stop in the cafe and get you like a ginger ale and some saltines or something?
No, I think I just want to lay down. And
Okay.
if you guys could walk me back, I get lost sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thanks.
Okay.
Billy, do you see any books you want to grab? We could probably walk out of here with them if you want to read
Uh,
anything in your room.
Yeah, let me just, and we'll like quickly run over to the magic section and grab one that, probably the Silver Shepherd had said, we'll get to this one soon. But
Yeah.
Nancy,
He
do you
says
want to
that a
piggyback
lot. Or
ride?
they say that a lot.
No, I can walk. I'm fine. I just really want to go back to our room.
Okay.
As you guys are walking out, you see that the place on the floor where Nancy has vomited is slowly seeping in as if it is magically cleaning itself. Not in a gross way, as in like it's cleaning way. You make your way back up to your dorm very easily. You hear rock music playing from another room very loudly, like death metal sort of stuff. But you guys can make it to your room. Close the door.
As soon as we get in the room, Nancy like puts on music, kind of frantically looks around, makes sure there's like nothing new in the room, no new cameras or anything.
Not that you see, no.
Okay. She's like, you guys, I had a vision when we're in the library. The last laugh is like duplicating our powers and taking them all in. He's like copying them and he's fucking taking them. He took all of ours just now. I just saw it happen.
That's why they give them back.
Yeah.
He's making a copy.
Just needs to duplicate them so he can have them for himself.
And he had his mask off or his hat or whatever the fuck. And I saw a lot of gray hair. I don't know if he's Ed McMahon. I don't know. This is fucked. This is so fucked. You see, like, any ounce of Nancy thinking this was cool at all is completely gone. And like goes from like excited, just kind of panicking. Like,
Well, we
like
gotta
this-
let somebody know, right?
we need to get our powers back.
I'm worried about trying to send a message that's more than, basically like short digital thing with information until we have our powers back and can make an exit if we need to, if
So we
things
wait
get
till
dicey.
we can go
Yeah.
somewhere.
So I think for now
Yeah.
we just stick together and do our best to keep our heads down and learn as much as we can about the layout. And if everything goes wrong, then we just bolt. Maybe and she goes, just in case there are like cameras, she goes like cameras or like microphones or whatever. She's like, maybe this just like isn't the place for us, as well as the academy isn't the place for us, like if things get dicey, we don't have to be here. We don't have to be part of their band. We can always start our own,
And we
Right.
kind of, I like Nancy kind of like gets where you're trying to save face a little bit. Like, yeah, I mean, we can be in the band of bad guys still, but not live here. Lots of people do.
Yeah.
And Nancy just kind of freaked out and like goes and like sits down with her head down, just kind of freaking out.
Well, it's going to be a little tricky, but I may be able to seal the powers that Last Laugh took, at least you two, because I've done it before, so I know how to do it again. That's not going to help much against all the other powers. And does he even need my magic if he can already do magic on his own?
I don't know. Maybe it's a different kind of magic.
He probably doesn't care.
Every little bit helps.
I mean, so that's definitely the overarching deal, like that he didn't want to tell us, and we were like, so what's your goal? I just want everybody to have freedom. No, I want all your powers.
Yeah,
Liar.
he's gonna like take over the world or something, or obliterate it, or I don't know. This is fucked. This is so fucked.
We'll have to see if our powers are even the same once we get him back, or if he's
They're weaker.
Altered
That's what
in
I'm
some
afraid
way.
of.
So Billy, when you took my dark visions, or didn't sealed them, did you seal them so they couldn't take them from me, or they got part of them?
So he shouldn't have gotten the visions, just like he shouldn't have Jupiter's weaponry.
I wonder if he's got visions from anybody else somehow.
Probably. I can do magical visions, sort of.
It's true.
Yeah,
but
it's
maybe
pretty
not in this
common.
one.
But actually, let me, and like takes the magic book and like starts flipping through to try and find like warding magic, and he's
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm gonna just try something. Maybe enough
Maybe.
runes and sigils will do something without me feeding them any juice.
And so maybe he doesn't know I can do that and doesn't know what Jupiter can do. Maybe.
Yeah,
I don't
mean,
do
why
it
would
out
he?
in front of everybody all the time. I don't know.
There's no reason that he would know.
Right? Okay.
I can't imagine he's keeping that close of tabs on literally every teenage superhero to know exactly what each person's, multiple powers are, like he probably knows that like I can shapeshift, and like the pheromone thing's pretty common knowledge, but like, the other two are pretty new, and he knows
we're
that like,
not special. Right?
yeah,
Yeah.
like probably knows that like you're cursed and that's where your powers come from, but he doesn't know exactly the intricacies of them. He knows Billy can do magic, but doesn't know, like I'm sure he has like the vibe of everybody that he's recruiting, but I doubt that it's like this person has this list of powers and I'm going to notice if I duplicate them and they're not there.
Even if they were keeping tabs on all of us, there's no way he's the one doing all of that work himself.
Right.
That's true. Is there a TV in this room?
Would you like there to be? I don't see why there wouldn't be. It's a dorm room.
I figured. Nancy's like has started to tune out and is flipping through the channels looking for any sort of. The goal is Golden Girls, but looking through like Nick at Night or any old person TV shows.
Clarissa explains it all.
That's
I
not
have
old
everything
enough.
except Golden Girls, and that is why Nancy ultimately decides we have to take them down.
Yeah.
This is actually hell.
It's an entirely blocked channel.
Yeah.
These dicks.
We can't watch the whatever Hallmark channel.
Yeah,
TV Land.
actually, you get like there's TMC, there's all of the old people channels. I mean, this facility is run by an old man, so
That's true.
Turner
Yeah.
Classic Movies. Here we
Yep.
come.
Yeah, Nancy just zones out and watches TV for a while because that's how she relaxes.
Is there like a little kitchenette? Like, is there, you know what I mean? Like, is there
You
like a
have,
stocked
like, a-
little pantry or something?
no, there's like it's like an empty dorm basically. So like there's a mini fridge and like probably not a hot plate, but like a microwave.
Okay, mini fridge, microwave. So our only option for food is to leave the safety of our room. Because I
Just-
don't think we can order DoorDash to layer
Except
of band of bad guys.
Doubtful.
in a place we don't know.
If they don't find out that we know what the laugh can do, then they shouldn't have any reason to. We should have any reason to have to stay in here all night.
No. So
Just act chill.
I guess watch some movies. Jupiter's gonna like poke her head out in the hallway every now and then just to like if there's like noise out there just to see if there's like anybody else, like who are you?
Yeah.
Or like maybe leave the door open so it's like, like if it's just like a dorm situation, like maybe people will pop in, see what we're doing. Like leave the door
yeah.
open, hang out, watch TV. Billy's reading a book. Like we're casual. We're part of you now. We belong here.
The people walking by are less like new dorm people and more like loners who aren't usually working on teams and like they look at like see you guys and kind of like if you make eye contact they're like they do a head nod and then kind of move on their own way, or they like there's pretty girls and run away sort of situation. Mostly the people that you see, and there's not a lot, are high school kids, maybe a little older, maybe a little younger, but yeah, you do see your new plant friend, the Fantastical Park. Or Park. I love his name. And you see, I think there's one part at one point where you guys haven't been looking at the door, and you look back and you see Terror sort of just standing in the door, not making any sounds, just like staring at all of you.
Hey. Sorry, am I not supposed to vape in here?
Hello? No, that's perfectly fine. You can do anything you like.
Cool.
What you doing?
I was about to go set a building on fire. Would any of you care to join me?
We
Oh,
don't
I don't
have
know
our powers yet.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you could just watch.
We'll see on the TV, right? When they put together your highlight reel.
Yes, it does make the news. I just do love chaos.
We can
Well,
tell.
we really appreciate the invitation.
Yeah, rain check on fire starting
Yeah, for sure.
when we have our powers back, hopefully soon.
Yeah, because like once we get there, we're definitely gonna like be bummed if we can't participate.
That's very true.
Watching
All right.
isn't as much fun.
But watching it is the most fun. Seeing all the people burn.
But just think about how much more fun you'll have if you don't have to worry about getting us back to safety as well.
I suppose. All right.
Next time for sure.
Yes, enjoy your evening. She stands there for a little bit, and then she kind of just turns and walks away.
When she's still kind of in earshot, Jupiter's gonna be like, she's lovely.
Yeah.
She's like, she said my blood was gross. And plops back down.
Different strokes for different folks.
I mean, what are you? A positive, B negative? Maybe it's a blood type thing.
Hey, you guys know your blood type?
Yeah, she.
Yeah, I gave blood once, and they tell you after that.
Huh.
I don't have one.
That makes sense to me, actually.
I don't know what would happen if I gave blood to a human.
Probably their head would
Oh.
explode.
Or maybe it would like adapt.
Yeah, maybe it would know to shapeshift to be human blood. Could we tap your blood to become just like a cure for any bloodborne disease?
Billy's about to have a brain blast.
I don't know. We could try it.
We're about to lose him.
What if I took when I get my powers back? Would it clean my blood?
I don't know.
Is your blood dirty? Or is it like just
It's
I
a
guess-
blood
I guess
curse.
I don't really know how
so
the
kind
curse thing
of
works.
right?
I don't either. I don't know how it works.
Billy suddenly goes back to the book that's been open. It's like, I don't know if this one has it, but there might be a book in the library on curses.
Hey, that's a good idea.
So
Definitely some curses in there. Some very bad things, like how to turn someone's skin inside out or rip their mind out of this reality, like that sort of stuff.
Ooh.
yeah.
I mean, we got nothing but time right now.
Yeah,
I'm calmed down.
Let's go look for the cursed books, but not the cursed books. I should hopefully be
Right.
able to tell us which ones those are and not to touch
Okay.
them.
I'm just not going to touch any of them.
And
Yeah, I'm not gonna touch
whispering-
anything unless you hand me it to look at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guess I'm glad
I'll
I
carry them.
puked, so we had a
Yes.
reason to come back.
Nancy, how are you feeling?
I'm fine now. Like, we had a reason to come back to the room because I didn't feel good. And I didn't. I'm still horrified. But yeah, let's go to the library. And yeah, you know what, Jupiter, I do want to get a Sprite real quick. Is that okay if we go to the cafeteria real quick?
Yeah.
That's fine. I could use some caffeine.
All right, thanks. So I imagine we go do that.
Snacks and sodas.
Yeah, get a bite and then go back to the library.
All right. As you guys enter back into the library, we are going to go take our break for the evening. It's about halfway. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Thank you to my players for putting up with all my nonsense. And we'll be right back. Thanks. Bye. Bye. Hello and welcome back to the stream. Our friends are gonna do some research, aren't we? And the kittens are going nuts. I just have to keep checking to make sure they're not pulling the zipper down and escaping into the world. They're good. Okay, I heard a jingle and I just wanted to make sure. So thank you for sticking with us for the break.
A rogue jingle.
Yeah. You know how it goes.
Those
But yeah.
strange noises in a house with cats is always dangerous. It's a noise that
Yes.
you don't hear all the time. You're all of a sudden you're like, oh no.
What was that?
Meanwhile,
that?
I'm over here hearing jingle and trying to come up with the most annoying commercial jingle to recite.
Nope. I had that experience with a cat the other day when Copper decided it would be fun to push glasses off the counter.
Lovely.
Went down there, broke glass everywhere.
Uh,
And he's just sitting on the
Copper's a
counter
bitch.
like, look what I did.
Look
I
at
saw, I saw a TikTok earlier of someone who had a ping pong ball and they kept knocking it off, so they glued it to the table, and the cat was like, "Fucking move!"
Cats are great.
Anyways, let's
Hi,
get back
Mom.
into the game. You guys want to do some research down at the library? What are we looking for?
Sophia's bored while Billy looks for books, so she's just telling everybody about cats.
Yeah.
Yeah, Billy is looking for books on curses that may be able to help us solve Nancy's curse issue. But I think at the same
blood
time,
problem.
yeah, but at the same time, Billy is also looking in the books to see if there's anything about like, you know, more advanced things for sealing away magic powers or like
Mm-hmm.
power transference spells or things.
Yes. You do find one book series that is written by the same author. And that author's name is, why do I do this to myself? Their name is Walburn Antonio.
Is that two first names? I don't know.
It's hard to tell. You don't know if the last name is first or the first name is last. Well, you know, it's one of those. The script it's very old, but you do find in a few books like references to other books. You go grab those books. There is a reference to like a sealing spell that's like sealing a dimension or sealing away a pocket dimension, like that sort of thing. It seems very advanced. Like something. Don't fuck with each other. Leave each other alone. It seems like it is I feel like people with pets are like they have Tourette's. They just, don't do that, and then move back. Yes, so, sorry. It's very advanced magic. You might be able to do it. You might tear this reality in half. Hard to say. But there are some references to other books that you don't find here. This is not all exclusive, like there's not every book in the world here, but there's quite a few that you can find. I mean, you find a lot in this with this author about theoretical magic. Like it might be possible to, like, there is a spell to create your own demiplane. There is a spell to like enter the void between planes or between worlds, to warp reality, like really big shit.
Philly has no concept of being anywhere near being able to do this. It's like, maybe I will just, browse through these, bedtime reading.
Yeah, you guys are able to take whatever books you like.
I go and kind of go off of Billy's suggestion and look at like if they have philosophy stuff like we were saying,
Mhm.
and just see what the scoop is there.
Yeah, there are quite a few books that are about the morals of man, and there are a few books that are on why those are wrong, or like there's like villains have put out books in this world, and they're like the serial killers books that people put out that are like, this is why I did it and this is my manifesto, that sort of thing. Some of them are like actual printed books, some of them are like clearly a binder that somebody had printed it out and put it on the shelf. Like nobody wanted to publish it. But it
I wonder
seems...
why.
I wonder why. It seems to be a wide array of ideas and ideologies.
So-
there are quite a few more of the like the bad guy books than the normal books.
Is there anything on the last laugh for Ed McMahon? Nancy starts looking for that specifically.
No, I don't see. There probably aren't any biographies in here of anybody but villains and heroes. But
Okay.
The Last Laugh does not have an entry.
Okay.
They have kind of remained below the radar. What's next?
Trying to figure out, because like the system doesn't really have a thing for like you're studying and gaining knowledge and things like that, but that is like realistically at least how Billy is spending the next few hours.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I guess it's. I was gonna make you roll something, and then I got distracted by looking at your moment of truth. Why don't you do me a favor and if somebody would like to roll a mundane for me
I
to
can try
pierce
with
the
my
mask.
-2.
It shouldn't be me.
Sure. Let's give that a shot. Yeah, that's a 5.
Okay, I was thinking of our last system, and I was like, yeah, that's great. I mean, you find the things that I told you about, but I mean, it's a pretty extensive library. But there's also a lot that's not that interesting to you guys. Like I said, the magic part is pretty advanced and pretty full and pretty dense, but there are a lot of interesting things that you find in there that you get a little sidetracked on, like theoretical magic stuff. I feel like Billy would kind of go down a rabbit hole on that.
Yep. Yeah. That is enough for me to now advance, and I'm realizing I should figure out what I want to do with that advancement. Okay. Whether I want a move from another playbook or just unlock the rest of my flares.
All right, what is everyone else doing? There's a computer if somebody wants to go like surf Twitter.
There's no way they let us have access to the whole internet, but
yeah, you have access to the whole internet, even the dark web. There is literally a thing on the screen for the dark web.
Well, obviously now I'm not going to do what I was going to do before. I'm going to click on that.
Okay.
I will be over. Yeah, Jupiter is over Sophia's shoulder. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Pulls up a chair.
There is everything you'd expect to find on the dark web. Drugs and prostitution. Actually, no, there's not prostitution. That's pretty legal here.
You get that on the regular web.
You get that on the regular web. It's pretty chill. It's pretty protected. This is an ideal world. Sex work is real work. Yes. But there's like, snuff films and being able to purchase people and organs and stuff like that.
Hire
like,
assassins.
yeah, hire
That's
assassins.
always what I think of when I think of the dark web.
Yeah. You know, how to make a bomb properly. And there's a lot of people like just spouting everything that's on their mind that about how bad things are in the world and how they could rectify the situation with violence and, you know, typical bad guy stuff. There's a lot of or weirdly a lot of like eclectic art made out of people parts. That's a big seller. Or like villains memorabilia from jail, that sort of stuff.
So random auction sites as well.
Yeah. For anything
Click
that
on
you
that.
could...
Click on that.
What
do you think they're selling? What do you think is in a box full of mystery objects for $3,000?
Teeth.
Just full of teeth?
It's got to be full of teeth.
That's so weird. Who has $3,000 worth of teeth?
Somebody who killed a lot of people.
That's crazy. That's a lot of teeth.
Yeah, how
That's a
big
lot
is
of
this box?
it's like leaned in looking at all the like random
Oh.
things for auction.
I was gonna look around and like try to see if any of the villains had social media profiles I could like peep, but now I just kind of want to troll all of these people who are selling body parts or something.
Be like, hey, I'm looking for a big toe with 2 freckles.
Ew. You're not, are you?
No. I guess I also don't want somebody to go on like a hunt looking for a big toe with 2 freckles. So never mind.
No. Okay, I'm just gonna click out of this now.
Yeah, maybe we should go back to social media.
Okay, I get on Instagram.
Yeah. Instagram, you're able to access... Are you gonna log into Instagram on this computer?
No.
Okay. Yeah. So normal Instagram. It's like the homepage stuff with a bunch of influencers, which are all heroes, for the most part. There are some like publicists of heroes pages, or like there are some like TV stars, movie stars, that sort of stuff.
I'm gonna try to like keyword search any of the villains that they're aware of.
Sure.
Like, they know like their different names or aliases, or like their name and like stuff that they're really into, like Bones. Let's see if Jared now. I want to see if Jared has an Instagram.
Ooh. Yeah, Jared definitely doesn't have an Instagram. But there is a sort of a page. There is a public records page that is available to everyone. That gives their it's sort of like a little dossier that says their name is Jared Hopworth. They're also known as the Butcher. Age is unknown. Planet of origin is unknown. Their height is 7'2". Known powers: body manipulation. The extent of the subject's powers is unknown. They have been seen with multiple limbs and might have the ability to pull bones from people. Known affiliations: Band of Bad Guys and the Mid Street Butchers. There is a little like blurb at the bottom that says subject is rarely seen but known for their brutality. If stories of their abilities to manipulate others' bodies are true, they are very dangerous and deranged. Do not approach if not necessary.
Creepy.
But yeah, there's dossiers on pretty much any villain. Like there's public knowledge of... There's like not as extensive as you guys have had it up close. Like the page for the smoker says they have smoke control or smoke manipulation and control, teleportation of themselves and others. There is no mention of their ability to inhabit other people, as happened with Billy. Whether that was not mentioned or they didn't know. Their known affiliations were the Band of Bad Guys, previously an attendee of the Golden Duke Academy. Their little blurb is you see that their age is 16, and their true name. Subject originally attended Golden Duke Academy and quickly became somewhat of an outcast. After 6 months of her freshman year, she went missing. It wasn't until a year later that she was seen again in a very close contact with the members of the Band of Bad Guys. Subject seems to be a transporter for the band, as well as a point of contact for recruits.
So is Last Laugh in here?
Don't see anything about the last laugh. There is
Are
a
we in
page
there?
that just says the last laugh, and there's like a question mark on the picture, and everything says unknown.
Yeah, I'm gonna search for anybody named Ed.
There are a lot of people in the world named Ed. Oh, in the villains archive?
Mhm.
There's a few aliases. There's like the equivalent of Polka Dot Man, that sort of thing. A lot of like the big villains, their names are unknown. So really, it's a lot of like small time crime people.
Sorry, Nancy, I tried.
Are we in there yet?
Nope, you're not in there.
Jupiter. Wonder what would happen if I Googled you.
Jupiter?
I Googled Jupiter. We've moved far past helping at this point.
I'm sorry, I did download the cat app that you were talking about.
It's so cute.
Boy, there's probably not a lot. Just you pull up her Instagram, notebook, which is the Facebook of this world.
Any like redacted files or
no
government websites?
That's a good question. Probably, I was trying to think if like they'd have a backdoor into government files, but probably not on like these computers. You probably would be able to get access if you asked somebody.
I mean, she's the first person from her planet to come here. There may be people watching her. We don't know.
We could try to figure out what the government has on you.
That's
If they
interesting.
have anything.
Maybe they don't.
But maybe they do.
They might. We're not helping.
I mean, I'm helping me specifically. I'm learning.
I mean, like, I can't really do anything with those magic books. I don't know what I'm looking for. It's mostly gibberish to me.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I wonder if we can get access to government files.
Start Googling again. Billy Burns. Start Googling everyone.
Actually, the only thing that pops up beyond just like your social media is an article for Nancy about the tragic death of her parents. And it shows a very young Nancy, like standing there holding an arm, crying.
Just kind of turns the monitor a little bit, make sure Nancy's not looking.
I don't want to read that.
You don't have to read that. Let's read something else. Clicks out of that.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep saying bullshit
No,
that
okay,
I Google until someone else stops
yeah,
me.
I'm just gonna keep piling on.
I'm gonna keep going.
Oh, wait. Okay. I can make an interjection or we can be done here.
We can beat that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't have anything else to do other than my philosophy books and
Yeah. All right, yeah, you guys finish up your time in the library. Jupiter, you get another little buzz that says on your wrist communicator that says again, all jumbled, triangulating something Kansas? Something. Working on it.
Okay.
What you got?
We might be in Kansas. Haven't pinpointed it past that.
Who puts a secret base in Kansas?
Literally anybody who doesn't want people to there's a lot of land, right?
Someone who
I mean,
wants to
yeah, a lot of
say,
farmland.
And
Yeah.
tornadoes, so that's why it's underground.
That would make sense. It's not as suspicious if you build something underground in Tornado Alley.
hmm Well, I'm hungry.
It is dinner time. You
Yeah.
guys make your way from the library. Are you taking any books, Billy?
gonna run them up to the dorm room, not taking them to the cafeteria, but so
Mhm.
run them
Okay.
up and then go join them.
All right, pretty much. The cafeteria is as full as it's gonna get. There's about 15, 20 people, kids, there. You see that Jared isn't there. Neither is Terror or Skip Jump. But a lot of the recruited people are, and you're able to go get your buffet. It is a Sunday evening, so it is a fish dinner. I don't know, there's sushi and stuff. It's pretty good.
Is Aqua Lion in the cafeteria?
Yeah, actually, he is sitting by himself. He has a table to himself. He's kind of hunched over, because he's a big boy. And he's sort of like he's got the little sushis on his plate. And it's kind of comedic to see him eating these, being such a big dude. But he is scarfing.
Jupiter's gonna go sit with him, just across from him, and eat her sushi.
He looks up at you and looks around, and he's like, "Who are you?"
Jupiter.
And he kind of like shifts in his seat to sit up a little bit and look at you. You see
The
him
assassin
sort of
from Vela.
sniffs the air. You were in my class, weren't you?
Yes.
And you found your way here.
Yes, I'm the one with the questionable moral compass.
He kind of looks around. It's like, you're not the only one.
Well, like I came to the planet with a questionable moral compass.
Good for
Like
you.
I've always had one.
Awesome. Can I help you?
Do you own all of these chairs?
No, but I prefer to be alone.
Then maybe you should eat in your room. She's gonna start eating your food.
All right. He is going to you kind of feel him rear up, and under the table he kicks your chair back, and you kind of fall onto your back.
Classy move. So wait until I get my powers back, kiddo. Just gonna grab her food and whatever is left on her
Mhm.
plate and go sit with her friends.
Sophia was like getting up, like
He
powers might be gone. I don't think that instinct goes away.
no,
Nope.
definitely not.
I mean, she
You-
probably like landed a little more like,
Yeah.
like
Grace-
gracefully than most people would have
Yeah.
in the chair.
You didn't like fall on your ass, but you definitely
Yeah, kind of like laughed at it, like in his face a little bit, like
Mhm.
just wait until I get my powers back.
Mm-hmm. You see his like nostrils flare, and he like does a chuff, and he kind of goes back to eating his food.
As she like walks by, she's gonna be like, "Not everybody here is afraid of you. Just remember that."
There's a little growl, and he says, "That always changes."
Sophia's just
We'll
staring at
see.
him.
We'll eat dinner in peace.
Mhm.
She just wanted to see what would happen.
Mm-hmm.
Testing boundaries.
All right. What usually happens with a waterbender who has no morals? Let's find out. All
If she
right.
had her powers, things would have gotten a lot fun, a lot more
That-
fun, a lot faster.
That's true. Boy, yes,
Food fight.
definitely. Yeah, food fight. Totally. You guys finish your dinner and go back to your rooms. You know that it takes at least 24 hours to get your powers back. That's what you were told. Since you came at the middle of the night, you might get them back at like 2 a.m. when you arrived, or you might get them tomorrow morning. It's kind of up to you guys if you want to wait up for that or not. Is there anything else you want to achieve this evening?
Nancy very much wants to just go to sleep, I think. She's kind of shook still.
Billy is going to stay up for a while reading the books, and so we'll do so in like the common area, not in the bedroom.
Jupiter's gonna be like, so what do you think would piss off Aqualion more? If I transformed into him, had Sophia sew me like a quick makeshift diaper and ran down the hallway like as him in a diaper, or something else?
You could transform into him and we could like pretend I kicked his ass.
That's even better.
Billy is just like reading the books and is like only half paying attention. It's like, or I'll just teleport him into a volcano once I have my magic back.
That's not humiliating. That's like ending him. I want to chip away at his ego slowly.
Oh, teleport him into a lion enclosure in a zoo.
Oh, I don't want to do that to the lions. I'll just become a lion, a bigger one.
Billy, are you okay?
Sorry, just thinking lots of stuff. This is some heavy magic. And,
Some murderous thoughts.
I mean,
It's okay. We've all had them.
I've just.
Everybody
sorry,
looks at me now. What?
Being here has been tiring. It's. I just want to have my magic back.
Yeah. Soon, hopefully.
Honestly, I'm kind of bored. I'm with Jump Skip.
Yeah, this sucks.
We could try going to Last Laugh's office and see if the jars are there.
But how do we explain that we know that that's where they are?
I mean, he can't be there all night, right?
You guys will remember that the door shifted when he closed it with magic, so might not even be here anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe once you get your magic back, we can find it.
At about midnight, Jupiter, you get another message that is a lot clearer on your communicator. That just says, located, found your location, was able to pinpoint it. What do you want me to do?
She's going to risk sending back a more detailed message and be like, everything's cool. Just hanging out with some friends. We'll let you know. We'll let you know where to meet us for a mission.
You get a message back.
That's so coded just in case.
That just says, oh, no, we're good. I had to pass through a bunch of magical barriers to get this, but I've definitely encoded everything. You can just talk normal if you want. We can even do a video if you want to.
So, no, I don't trust that there are any cameras here, but thank you. Sorry, that was so weirdly coded. I haven't talked in code in a long time.
It's all good.
Thanks for finding us. We'll let you know if we need anything. Right now, we're still kind of getting the lay of the land. Send.
Should I tell anyone or keep it to myself?
Hey guys.
Yeah.
She's gonna like show the like bank of messages like on her arm.
I would
We sh-
wait.
Yeah, we should have our powers back first, because if
Yeah.
if we get evac'd before then, who knows if we're ever getting them back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as soon as those doofuses find out where we are, they're gonna storm the castle.
Yeah. Be like, keep it to yourself for now. Everything's fine. We're just trying to, still haven't gotten our powers back and can't really leave until we do.
Roger that. Be safe. Not in a
Thanks
weird
again.
way.
So
Well, at least we know where we are. Just kind of like pull up the GPS coordinates on like the little map thing, and yep, there's doesn't really. Is there anything out here? It's like looking for like.
Oh yeah, so you pull up the coordinates. You are like almost smack dab middle of the country. It is. There doesn't seem to be any cities near you, or anything else for that matter. And even like the cell phone reception is really shitty. Like this is the type of place that like there's sort of a field above you. There's like a house, 10 miles down the way. Like that's really the closest thing.
Well, this looks like a solid place to have a evil lair. There's literally nothing out here.
makes sense.
Because it's kind of responsible. If somebody loses control of their powers, there's really nothing to destroy out here except for the building itself,
It's true.
since they're doing all this experimental training type stuff.
Makes sense if you don't want to
Are
get
we
caught.
Yeah. Are we sticking around long enough to like use this like training thing and see what they're doing when we get our powers back? Or we're gonna like bail as soon as we get our powers?
I think
What's the
we
play?
should do some training and see, one, how it interacts with our powers, two, see if one of the teachers or whoever shows up and is like, hey, let me train you, and see what their whole deal is, because clearly like the smoker got a lot more powerful here
Mm-hmm.
over a year or two than she would have at school, so they're doing something that we need to know about.
Yeah.
It'll look suspicious if we just bounce right away too.
Yeah.
Yeah, like do we go on like a mission to like cause chaos and then come back to like solidify our spot here?
I don't know. We need to. Yeah, I'm not sure what we want to do yet.
I think
You just
maybe
like rob
we-
a jewelry store and say we're in the mood for shiny things. I mean,
as long as we
I
don't
guess
hurt
that makes
anybody.
sense.
right. Like, I mean, that's not like the worst thing we could do. We could just be like, we were bored and wanted something shiny.
Diamonds are ethically dubious at best anyway.
Yeah.
Maybe, or we could just sort of commit to the training for a while. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
as long as we don't act suspicious, there's no reason to suspect anything.
Yeah, we can commit to the training, and then if they're like suspicious that we aren't doing anything bad besides just training, maybe you just
Go like rob a Tiffany's or something.
go rob a Tiffany's, like some big major store that like has the insurance, like no mom and pop shop,
No, or like, I don't know. Who's been in the news lately doing like shitty stuff?
Oh, we could just go rob Jeff Bezos. Does he exist in this world?
We find like a Hobby Lobby or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
The
do
owner of
that.
Chick-fil-A.
we
And I
go.
want to watch The Last Laugh a little bit more too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
So we should stay here a little bit longer. We'll feel it out, or something will happen, and then go and do something
Mm-hmm.
not.
If we need
cool.
to if people are suspicious that we're
Yeah.
not doing anything bad and just hanging out
Yeah.
all the time.
But I mean, all these other people, they probably just stay here and train for the most part, right? now,
Oh.
like for indefinitely. But when you first get here, I'm sure people.
I imagine that's a lot of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just keep waiting for somebody to like get back from a mission and tell us all about what they did, you know?
Yeah.
I'm
Something's gotta
sure
happen.
Terror will.
Looks at the door. Is Terror there?
They are. Hello.
Oh, you're back.
Yes, I took a film. Would you like to see it?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. They don't enter your room. They're standing just outside the doorway.
Oh, do you need to be invited in?
I do.
Can we revoke it afterwards? If you make us feel like you're
No,
going to stand
Of
over us
course
and
not.
Why don't we
Oh.
watch it somewhere else, like the library?
Go to the
common
lounge.
room?
All right. You know I'm not allowed to harm you too much here, right?
It's the too much that bothers me.
Yeah,
Mm.
I want to feel comfortable in here.
Yeah,
not-
I would just like you to obtain permission before you drink my blood. That's all.
Yeah, don't you know we're a bunch of millennials? We're snowflakes. We need our safe spaces.
Yeah.
I don't understand what any of that means.
To the
okay.
common
We'll get you
room.
on TikTok.
We'll teach you our ways.
That's how we'll distract her. Fucking get her on TikTok.
She just infinitely scrolls.
Never stops. I bet
You
she
caught-
would love it there.
The loop. She's caught in a loop. All right. Yeah, you guys sit down in the common room and watch like you see her set down the phone. Sort of, it's at this like really low angle. You see her set it down, and she just kind of like does a little like, and then she kind of goes in to the building, stands at the doorway, puts her hands together, and then just goes like that, and throws her hands forward, and a ball of fire explodes the doorway. And then she like looks back at the camera, and then like does this really long lunge into the building, as if destroying the doorway has broken her, broken the seal. And you like it is like a full 40 minutes if you watch all of it. She might skip through some parts, but every time someone runs out or a body falls from a window, it is just like fire exploding from windows and people screaming, and I think the fire trucks show up at some point, and you see her walking out and like throwing her hands down, and fireballs emerging and throwing up and throwing the fire trucks around. And she seems to be, for the most part, she's not like specifically killing people, like targeting, and like she could very clearly like just probably set someone on fire, but it is the chaos that drives her, and like watching people run, and terror is a big thing for her. So that is a lot of what she does. And then she like kind of at the very end, she like shuffles back up to the camera. You see her like pull it up and like gives a smile and a peace sign, and it cuts off. And you see she's kind of like standing behind you guys, like just very like with her hands together looking at you all to see your reaction.
Wow. That's intense.
Cool.
Can I make a suggestion?
Of course.
You should get a tripod.
Oh.
They make
For
the things
that-
now that will like hold your phone. So just if you're gonna keep making videos.
Did you not think the angle was dramatic?
I mean, it definitely was. I just if you want, like
Yeah.
some
You could also-
versatility.
Yeah, you could get like a GoPro or something like a higher quality camera. I feel like the flames could have been more vibrant, like in your video, just for like quality of production. If you're thinking about putting a bunch of these together in like your own villain reel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would, I feel like that would be,
You could make some really cool stuff.
people love to watch fire. Like there are entire things on Netflix where you can just watch a fireplace. So I'm sure there's a niche market for this.
I could place a camera upon my body and then watch the terror close up in everyone's eyes.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. That would be a thing you could do with this technology. Yes.
I'm so pleased that you are here.
I
Hope
don't
we
know.
help.
Yeah, you might have to find some sort of like fireproof, like encasing for your camera. You might have to build something.
Hmm.
I'm sure there's somebody here that can help you with that, though.
Yeah.
Oh, of course, the last laugh can put a protection on it so that it doesn't burn. Hence why I'm wearing clothing now.
Mm. Yep. Well,
But
now you have ideas. Go forth, cause chaos, make better videos, and we'll
Yeah.
definitely watch them. Your next time you make one,
Yeah.
yeah.
She like
Uh,
leans in very close to Billy, like kind of like puts herself up on his chest and says, "You're very magical. Do you know that spell?"
I could probably do something like it, but I haven't gotten my powers back yet.
Yeah, we're still waiting.
Oh, well, sometimes it takes a little bit. Usually it's within the first 24, but sometimes if it's you did arrive quite late for this plane of existence, it might be tomorrow morning.
No way you can like speed up the process. Just so while you're here, I mean, Billy could go ahead and like put the spell on your phone.
Well, it is not my process to speed up.
Whose process is it?
Well, it's the last laughs, of course.
What else does the last laugh do that we should know about?
What do you want to know?
I don't know. Do you know their real name?
I don't know anyone's name.
Hmm.
You know mine.
I'm sorry, I've forgotten, but I do know what your blood tastes like, and that is how I recognize you.
Oh, you
Hey,
haven't
can
had
you-
mine yet.
That is correct.
That was me. Can you tell people their blood type?
What is a blood type?
Never mind.
I can tell you what it tastes like. Yours is quite irony, with a bit of flower in it. Perhaps lavender.
And mine?
Yours tastes like sewage.
Oh.
I would love to know how you know what sewage tastes like.
But it might be different now without
Oh,
your
we're just gonna
problem.
pass right over that one, huh?
Hmm.
Okay.
Is it weird? I kind of wanted to try my blood right now. Okay.
little
Yeah,
bit.
no, you can't have it. You can't
I
have
kind of want to see what happens if she tries mine.
Just a little.
I do kind of want to know if Nancy's blood tastes different now.
You know what? Fucking
Is this a weird thing to be curious about?
I mean, she brought it up.
Yeah. Hey, Tara, do you have
Who's the
anything
weird one,
I
really?
can cut myself
Yeah.
with?
She kind of like, if it is truly your wish, I promise I will only take a little bit. Just to get a taste.
We have like,
Let's
a water
define
cooler.
a little bit first, because
Is there,
that may be different for people and demons.
Thank you, Billy.
Tara, is there like a water cooler around here or something? We can get like a little Dixie cup.
Oh, I would just
Might solve the problem.
I was going to like slice and just suck a little bit.
I'm trying. We're trying. to
Jupiter's
figure
like, fine.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't
I'm
really
just-
care either.
it out. Outer arm. Outer arm.
Of course. I understand what humans are like, though your kind I'm not quite sure of. She's gonna take Nancy's arm and she takes the back of it and
Why are
sort
we
of
like this?
I don't know. She takes her index finger and slices through your muscle like a little bit. It's like just a little bit deeper than a cat scratch. And it starts to bubble, not quite a stream of blood, but she takes your arm to her mouth and you feel how warm she is. Like, you've kissed a hyena person before. They,
True.
body temperature is pretty warm. Hers is like almost uncomfortable. And as she sucks your blood for just a little bit, not too long. And she kind of pulls back and she says, "Oh, that is much better. You taste now like a warm chicken dinner with all of the fixings, including the mashed yams."
Oh, I do like chicken dinners, so Jupiter, do Jupiter now.
That sounds like a real compliment, actually.
I know, I'm kind of
Somehow.
hungry, even though we just ate sushi. Okay, do Jupiter now.
Again, she takes your arm and she slices into it. And Jupiter, your structure is slightly different. As she slices in, it doesn't quite go deep enough to draw any sort of blood out. So she sort of like clicks her finger to her nose and then goes in a little bit deeper. Again, with your training, this is probably not the biggest of deals. But you see, Jupiter, what color is your blood?
It's still reddish, just like, you know,
Carbon-based
hemoglobin. But right, that's what makes it red. Anyway, but brain. But it's got more of like a magenta hue. It's almost like
little pink.
like a hot red, like bright, almost pink color.
Okay, perfect. She sort of like she gets close to it and you see her nostrils flare a little bit and her eyes as she gets closer you can see her eyes sort of dilate a little bit and she starts to suck on your arm. To you it's not quite as warm. You have a thicker skin, but you can still feel it's a little, I mean it's different than a human obviously. And you feel this like suction on your arm as she sort of like takes in a little bit and then takes in like a big slurp, and there's a moment where you feel her hand on your arm sort of like grip it tighter, and you kind of feel her body tense, and she quickly like lets go and sort of pulls back from you, and she starts laughing, giggling to herself a little hysterically, and she kind of like backs up into a wall and she like is like giggling to herself without saying anything.
Oh my God, she's high.
That's very fast acting.
Will we get high off your blood?
Let's not try it. Hey, Terror,
We could.
are there any funny secrets about this place that we should know about?
What is it you want to know?
Something you think is funny.
We have the same sense of humor.
Did you know that the aqua lion is afraid of the dark?
That is funny.
That is funny.
A big lion like that, afraid of the dark. I wonder what would happen if somebody turned off all of the lights in his room and locked him in there.
That would be hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know
Yeah,
any
are
funny
there any-
secrets about the last laugh?
Do you know he's the most powerful being in this universe?
I thought you were.
Oh no. I'm not even from this universe.
Well, you're in it now.
Yes. My powers are very finite. He has all of the powers.
Oh,
Did
was
you
he
know?
born with them all?
Of course not. He contains them within him. He gathers them like books in a library. Did you know? And she kind of like leans back a little far and she comes forward. Did you know that he took the powers of a golden duke? He sucked them right from his being.
Whoa, that's hilarious.
That is hilarious.
I need something. Oh, I've never needed water before. What a strange sensation. Bye-bye. And you see her sort of fade back and like, she transports herself away.
Most powerful being in the universe, huh?
What the hell?
Well, we know how to distract Terror now.
And I'm afraid she's gonna come hunt you at night. So thank fuck we didn't invite her in our room.
Yeah, you're about to become
my
either a
God.
target or a dealer.
I'm comfortable with dealer as long as that keeps her high and on our side and distracted.
Did she say
Good
you
to
took
know.
the Golden Duke's powers?
That's what she said, yes. Jupiter's like smiling, like trying to like make sure that like if there's a video camera watching us because we're in the common area, let's not act alarmed. Let's just teenagers just laughing at this lady who just drank our blood voluntarily.
That
This is so
was
weird.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah. Everybody keeps smiling and nodding. Should we go to bed?
Yeah, Billy lets out a big yawn. Yeah, let's head back to our rooms.
Yeah. Okay, good
Mm.
night.
There's like one other person in this room, and they've kind of like, they're like looking, they were watching a Netflix series, and they kind of just like at the like eruption of sound were like looking over, and they're like, okay, like gotta give you like a
Nancy just has a really funny sense of humor. It's super dark. Terror loves it. Okay, good night.
you do not need to explain terror.
Oh, okay. All
You're
right, good. Didn't know if it was a questioning look or if it was like
It was like, you guys are being really loud, it's very late, and I'm trying to watch my show.
perfect. Let's go to our room.
And you do.
So, idea. No idea how we'll pull it off, but idea. Points at like the theoretical magic books. Create a demiplane, send last laugh there, and the demiplane doesn't allow magic or powers to work, and then seal it up behind him.
Can you do that?
No, at least not right now. I mean, even if I had my magic back, there's like maybe Silver Shepherd and the other most powerful hero mages could do it, but
It's definitely an idea.
yeah.
Do you
but-
think you could do it after some of their training here if we had to play a long game?
That would be a very long game.
Cue the
But I could-
montage and the music.
20 years later.
Eye of the
Boy,
Tiger
longest
plays.
con.
I was gonna say, if they had any plans, boy, would they achieve them in that time.
This is very quickly becoming way above our pay grade.
Yeah.
Maybe. Okay, we still need to get our powers back first.
Yes.
Maybe a day of training and see what they try and teach us, just so we can understand what it is they're doing. And then we, call in the
Oh.
cavalry.
We can say we're gonna go, I don't know, kick around somewhere.
Do crimes.
They might not even ask.
Yeah.
They might just be able to leave.
Depends on who we encounter. They might be like, oh my gosh, do you need help? Or they might be like, bye.
Yeah, we should get our story straight, but just something vague.
Mm-hmm.
I still think like knocking over at Tiffany's or something.
Yeah. I had an urge for a tiara. So we're going to go rob a Tiffany's.
I buy that.
I think most people would.
Also, you look good in a tiara.
So would you. Let's all get tiaras.
We could do that.
Billy is like trying to figure out would it look good on him? Will it look good on like the magic hat he has?
We
Like,
could get you a
how would the
tiara,
fit?
like necklace, but that fits perfectly like a choker, but it goes over the hat.
Like a circlet
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fits
Also,
perfectly.
we do still need to figure out how to normally get out of this building.
Yeah, we are
Mhm.
gonna have to ask somebody.
Yeah. So we can just pretend we're going to do crimes and ask to leave so we can do crimes.
That works.
After we get our powers back. Do training, then pretend to do crimes, and then figure out, what we're going to do once we leave to call in the cavalry. Now that we have a location.
You still got a secure line to Danny, right?
Mhm.
I think that's probably our best bet.
I think so too.
And worst case scenario, I'll hit the panic button.
Yes. We also have now that Danny seems to have broken through, We also have my built-in planetary panic button, but that might take a little bit longer for our response time.
Yeah.
Well, we could also, call in the cavalry that isn't our school friends. And
Yeah, they're probably not the best option.
go to Hawaii. Still an option.
True.
We could be like, here's the information we received.
Bye.
Yep.
We deserve
So,
a vacation.
Yep. Just throwing that out there.
There is still the possibility that we're gonna get like kicked out of school.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So we might just have to go somewhere. Anyway, which is totally fine. There's a lot of planets if we wanted to move, if we get kicked out of school or kicked off the planet or something. There
I
are
don't know if the three of us can survive off planet.
Yeah, there are definitely planets that you could survive on.
I don't think we'll get kicked off the planet.
I don't know. I don't know how big of a deal it is to do what we're doing without a hero license.
Well, we just have to make sure it goes well.
Yes.
They can't be mad at us.
Yes.
Okay.
Bedtime?
We should sleep.
Yeah. Hopefully we get our powers back overnight or tomorrow morning. So we are not naked.
We shall find out next time on The Heroes in Training. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me tonight and putting up with all my bullshit. I got a phone call that told me that the eclipse has started, so we are going to go into our quick end of game session stuff. Let me just pop up the to be continued. We're going to go around and everyone is going to do their stars and wishes as well as their end of session stuff. I'm assuming that most of us grew closer in this episode because, boy, the stakes have been laid. I told you there'd be hooks. Does anyone want to start, or what are you thinking? Should I call names? Do I need to call names?
I can start.
All right, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Savvy. I'm at Savvy Seaworth on the internet. Follow me on Twitter. That's where I post all of my shit when I'm streaming. Also, at the behest of many, many people, I did just buy the Ultimate Deluxe edition of the Stanley Parable. So I'm probably going to be streaming that soon. Look forward to it. Stars and wishes. My star is going to go to Nancy. Nancy's really having a time emotionally. And while I hate that for her, I do love it very much. I'm really enjoying it. It's really fun. Nancy's gotten a little complex on us, and I like it. And I think you're doing a great job, Tanya, portraying that. And my wish is I want Billy to be able to do some like real big fuck off magic. I think it's going to be awesome. And then the end of session thing, I think Sophia grew closer to the team. There are many, many reasons, but her and Jupiter did like surf the dark web together for a while. So I think I'm going to give it to Jupiter because you learn stuff about people when you go down those rabbit holes in conversation.
Boy, do you. I promised that I was pulling from my Criminal Minds knowledge when I started talking about that.
Yeah. So yeah.
Also, I did look up how much it costs. A kidney costs in the
A lot.
It's a lot. Though the person who's selling it, like if it comes from you, you don't get paid. You get paid like $5,000, but the people who buy it have to pay like a lot more than that. I'm just saying. I could have made a lot of money. Is all I'm saying. Anyways, who's next?
I can go. Hi, I'm Alex. I'm Geet, some guy on the internet. GGK Tuesdays, Thursdays, sometimes Saturdays and Sundays. Let's see, stars and wishes. My star, I think, is going to be Jupiter standing up to Aqualine even without the powers. Yeah, there was another part of that sentence, but I think it's more of a wish of, I'll tie it in because it was going to be, specifically, trying to mess with the real jerk villains. They're all villains, they're all evil people, but some of them are more villainous than others. But the idea that we are somehow going to give them all their comeuppance before we get out of here. Yeah. And then growing closer to the team, I think for Billy, it was Sophia because she did check in on him at that one point. And just like, hey, you just threatened to toss a guy into a volcano. You good?
Okay, bud.
Which, remains to be seen.
Label shifts.
Yeah. I'm going to clear the guilty condition. So I only have one left.
All right. How are all your conditions looking? Because this has been, I feel like with your powers being taken away, everyone can clear an extra condition. Just because you guys have been doing some snooping, but not a lot of physical stuff. So I think if you have another, you can clear one extra condition. Because time. All right. Thank you very much. Who's next?
I can go next. At Tanya Rolling on the internet, or the Abominable Pugs, where there's a snoring pug staring at me right now. That's adorable. Stars and wishes. I want to give my star to Jupiter/Rachel, because Rachel knows me as a person, and when Nancy wants to give blood, Jupiter's right there, fuck yeah, helping me do what I really want to do story wise and me wise to find it all out. So yeah, I think that's awesome. My wish is also for Billy to do something insane. And my other wish is it's going to happen, but I'm really excited to see the big shit that we do to try to figure this out. My wish is to figure out what the fuck we're going to do. I'll say I grew close to the team, and I think maybe to Billy this time because he doesn't know it, but when he suggested the philosophy stuff, that's something Nancy would have never thought to do. So Nancy's kind of understanding Billy a little bit more, even though he may not realize it. And my character, if I'm getting closer to taking down Ed McMahon, yeah, I would say I actively am trying to figure it out now. So
You are, yeah.
Getting towards my goal.
Yeah, I think you can take one from last week as well.
Okay.
Because you definitely were trying to figure it out last week. We just forgot. It's fine.
Oh, and then I advance again.
Hell yeah.
Okay, if I get 2, and I'll figure out what that is later. And that's
all right.
Thanks.
Hey, that leaves me. Okay, so hear me out. I have 2 stars for reasons. Okay. First star goes to LB because when we just want to give this creepy character our blood and she has to just come out of nowhere with random descriptions for our blood, just what a weird little pocket of roleplay that we all just did without even skipping a beat. And I just love that about this group. And thank you for facilitating that. It was hilarious. And I love that. My other star is going to go my my star for player, not for DM, is going to go to Billy tonight because I really enjoyed specifically the casual. I'm reading these very advanced magic books and I'm going to casually mention murdery things, which is very not Billy. And Sophia was are you okay? But Jupiter was oh yeah, well, just skipped right past it. This is normal conversation. And it's a funny part of their friendship that she just leaned right into oh, Billy wants to murder people now. All right, I guess that's what we're doing now, and yeah, definitely grew closer to the team. And I would say Sophia, probably specifically because of the dark web surfing. That was a funny, weird little we're not helping, but we don't care anymore. Let's Google each other. And my wish is for the opportunity for Jupiter to maybe, I don't want to say bully because he is the bully, but she wants to have the opportunity to fuck with Aqualine. Just a little bit now that she knows the weakness. And hopefully she gets her powers back and she can shape shift and, maybe mess with him a little bit. Or maybe mess with him several times. Who knows how long we're going to be here? There might be lots of opportunities for him to become her arch nemesis. I'm just saying.
I dig it. Thank you very much, guys. My star this evening, I think I just had one. It's gonna go to it's gonna go to I feel like whoever first mentioned, why don't we just do a crime to show that we're here? Because I love you guys and I love that you're up for doing crimes, which is why I want to do a season 2 at some point where y'all are villains. Because that would be super fun. I feel like it was Savannah who mentioned it. Sophia was like, "We'll just rob a bank," but I don't remember. So yes, and that's me being indecisive again. But my wish is for the team to sort of gather all of their thoughts and figure out, one, what they want to do, and two, how they're going to do it. Because you guys have figured out what's going on and that it's probably not a good thing. But also, you guys have free will and your characters can do what you want, as far as like, there is no pending world is going to be destroyed at any point. There is no like that we're going to take over the Oval Office at this time. So it's kind of in your hands what you guys want to do and how quickly. So I'm excited to see what you do with that. Think about that over the next week, and we'll be back next week. I'm LB Hackamup. We have been playing our Heroes in Training game. I'm quite excited because, I mean, depending on what our players do, we might be wrapping up soon. I'm excited to see what they're doing so I can figure out what I'm going to do in return. I do like the more character-driven stuff and like acting organically back to it. So I very much... playing Terror is awesome, and the way she takes me over is really weird and uncomfortable. So, but doing that on a larger scale with the bad guys is always fun. So, the next time this channel is going to be live is actually on Monday. Jordan is going to be playing some Elder Scrolls Online, his first solo stream. So be kind and check him out. He'll be playing just before I go live on Indoor Adventures channel. And then Tuesday we'll be live doing our Dead by Daylight stream, joined sometimes by the lovely people on this stream, doing some Killer for the first half, and then usually we switch to playing Survivor for the second half, where we usually get our shit rocked, because you know how that goes. Behavior, thank you very much. Lauren will be live on Wednesday this week, playing more Resident Evil. They'll be back on Thursdays for Themeless Thursdays, and then we'll be back on Friday with a new game. Lauren and I will be playing a new, maybe a new old game. Song Terror, perhaps, or something similar. And then we'll be back here on Sunday evening for our next session of Heroes in Training. Does anyone have anything else they'd like to promote for the evening, or are we good to go? Solid. All right. I guess I'm LB Hackamup, and until next time, hack recklessly. Bye!